I learned this in college, which is funny. I was just up at Weaver State. I'm teaching yoga level 1 and 2 for the university classes.
Oh yeah.
Next semester. And just wandering those halls, I went to school there for a couple of years. I went to Utah State and then Weaver State. And as I was wandering around, I'm just remembering all these things that I learned while in school there, because I studied mind, body wellness and stress management. And one thing we learned about was serendipity. It was about you set a goal, you have a destination you're seeking, and then you accept whatever comes your way.
Oh, I love that.
Because you can't plan for everything in life.
No, you can't.
But the point is to start moving.
Right. That's so good.
I think even with our notes or whatever we're sharing today, we have a goal in mind, but let it take us where it may.
Yes.
Go fight win.
Go fight win.
I just almost kind of winked at you and I was like, that's weird. I think it's because I have squinty eyes.
I'll accept your wink. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for today's podcast.
Me too.
Because we've been talking about this for
weeks
now.
I was sick last week, so it was really the week before that we were.
It's been like 2 weeks that we've been like talking about. Here's my problem. We're so ADHD that we talk so much about it, and then I'm gonna forget. Did we say that, or did we talk about that on the phone? Do you know what I mean?
I know.
We do that all the time. Like, did I cover that?
Yeah, it's because we talk about it and then we take notes, and I'm like, oh, we already talked about it, but not in
Yeah.
here.
Not here.
Not
we didn't.
here.
That is true. Also, God, this was a few weeks ago that we set this up.
Yes.
It's a new setup. You guys probably can't tell. It looks the same, but it isn't the same. We have new lighting. The lights are bigger than my chair. They're so big. Huh?
They are huge. Where did you get these honker-tonkers from?
Just Amazon. Amazon.
Who told you about them?
Oh, well, the guy that came here to set them up. Yeah, they're really nice, huh?
Yeah, that's so nice. How did he know so much about lighting?
I don't know. He just knows a lot. He's quite crafty. And he adjusts all the cameras. I'm like, oh, these look so much better.
Isn't it
I
funny?
had settings wrong. He's like, let's switch these lenses. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you.
Isn't it so crazy? There's so many people in the world that know about lighting. What made you let this person help you with it?
Because I noticed his lighting always looks so good. I'm like, help me. Help me. Oh my gosh, stop. I can't. Oh my gosh.
Sorry about it.
What
Not
is
really.
wrong
That's
with
sorry.
me? We also had to rock our Christmas sweaters because she was rocking one and I'm like, well, I can't. Mine just says ski.
Mine says Christmas spirit.
Yours is more Christmassy.
Yours is more wintry. But it's red and white. And
We're just vibing
what
with
a
the
cute
Christmas vibes.
red and white delight.
Someone on YouTube commented, because I wore this in a YouTube video. They're like, I'm sorry, I have to say it. She's like, you look like Elf on the Shelf with that sweater on. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Elf on the Shelf.
Snoop on the stoop.
You're Snoop on the Stoop because he's green.
Yeah.
We got Snoop on the Stoop. Should I try to edit like glasses on you
Yeah.
with the hat and pigtails?
Yes. That would be perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, bless my heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless my heart. Okay, we've never talked about this. We're going to talk about some cool stuff today, but listen, Ashley's face unlocks my iPhone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What the heck?
Has anyone ever heard of this before? So we were on a road trip and she goes to tell me her password and I'm like, it just unlocked when I looked at her phone. And I'm like, what the heck? She's like, wait, try that again. There's no way. Like maybe it saw my face. Nope. I can swipe up and open her phone every time with my face.
I'm never going to be able to have nothing.
Nothing for me, girl. My face unlocks your phone.
That's so wild. I was like, why? Because I don't think we look that much alike, but we both have long faces.
iPhone thinks so. My twins also can, and they hate that. They're like, because they're identical twins. So they can unlock each other's phones, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I can unlock yours. Have you tried unlocking mine?
No. Should I try it?
Yeah.
I don't think it will.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No. Stop this.
You ain't never had nothing from me now. What the heck?
Wait, hold on. Is that true? Guys,
I just swiped up.
Hold on. It thinks we're twins.
I know.
It thinks we're the same person. What?
That's so crazy. Ashley looks so much actually like my sister. Everyone thinks
I can
so.
see that.
My sister and I look a little bit alike, but when we were in the same room, everyone thought Ashley, this guy, he didn't know any of us. He thought Ashley and Jamie were sisters. Mm-hmm. was
I
like,
thought you were the friend.
sisters in the Lord, but we're blood. Well, we kind of, okay, some of the things we were talking about is we have a Patreon group called Master Myself.
Yeah.
And it's a mentoring group for self-improvement, self-mastery. Why do you think self-mastery is important?
I feel like I'm just obsessed with the topic. I am. And I know, guys, I've talked about this a million times. Like, years ago, I did my 6-month journey. The whole point of that, I found this quote right when I started that journey that helped me that said, envision the highest version of yourself and start showing up as her. And so that's something that I would read to myself every single morning, and something that I would just strive to show up in my life at the highest version in every area. So it wasn't just physical. I was doing like a physical journey at the time, but I knew if I wanted to stick to that, there was underlying issues. It wasn't just lose weight, because how many of us lose weight and then it comes right back on?
Yeah.
I knew there was more problems. I'm like, it's a mental thing, it's a spiritual thing, it's a I don't know who I am thing. So it was really just, I wanted to show up as the highest version. And so I'd envision who that was, and I would make decisions every day based off of who I thought the highest version of me was.
Yeah.
So really, like, our Master Myself mentorship group, I love it. I feel like it's just a great community if you're looking to improve yourself in honestly anywhere and everywhere of your life. So
I totally agree. We've got workout stuff on there. We've got Ashley's 6-month transformation journey with recipes and workouts that she did there as well.
Yeah.
We've just got a bunch of really great stuff, and we keep adding to it.
We also have a newer thing is the declaration. So we have a declaration station where we help you make declarations of your life, because speaking, well, do you want to explain the declarations? Because I feel like this is something that you helped me so much with.
Well, we wanted to talk today a little bit about knowing, like, if you want to master yourself, first you have to know yourself, and that's kind of a foundational piece.
Yes, it is.
Right? And so what I'll say about declarations, which I'll expand on more, is I'm a really big fan of neuroscience and neuro pathways, learning about that. And what you repeat over and over again in your mind becomes your reality. And so if you're going to repeat something, pay attention to it, because a lot of us are just repeating negative messages, and then we're surprised when our life feels very negative.
Yes, that is so true.
It is.
Yeah.
So you could live in two different realities. And there's a verse that talks about how light cleaves to light, virtue to virtue, intelligence to intelligence. And my goal in life is to just continue to increase in light and in knowledge so that I can better myself. I want to live, I think love is not just a feeling or an emotion, but it's a law. I'm always asking myself, what does it take to live in love? Because I think it's such a high power.
Yes.
It's a healing power. It's a transformative power. And I want to live a life of love. When I'm talking about declarations, I'm talking about really creating your life. If you want to create your life, I'm saying you read statements of how you want your life to be as though it's already happening.
Yes.
We have 7 different sheets. We'll be adding more about how to increase in emotional, spiritual, mental, physical intelligence in your body so that you can have a better reality.
Yeah.
You can perceive yourself in your world in a much more happy, healthy way.
Right.
Is that a good answer?
Yeah, that's a great answer. And this one was a big one. I feel like this was something we recently added into our mentorship group. I just thought that was really important, because that component, when you were guiding me, this was a year ago, it was last November, when I was struggling with something, and you were like, do you even know what your goal is or what you're looking for? And I was like, no. Like, my honest answer was no. And you're like, well, that's why you're going to just keep taking what you're given. It's like whatever's out there, you're like, all right. But if you don't know what you're looking for or what you're working towards, that's why you're having these issues. And so she really helps me with this.
And it's wild, because I think our spirits crave what I call creation, declaration.
Yeah.
We want to live in that realm. I actually read the coolest thing. I got to find this, but oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
Oh, I hope I saved this, because it was like unbelievably good. It was talking about Genesis and the Hebrew translation of, because creation, declaration, that's something that God used to form the earth.
Right.
And this literally just blew my mind. So it says, you've been reading Genesis 1:1 wrong your entire life. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's what you think it says, but the Hebrew is revealing something so much deeper, something that changes everything about who you are. The very first word in the Bible is Bereshit. I don't know if I said that right. I'm getting Hebrew, so intense.
We don't know.
Most translations say in the beginning, like it's a title, a finished moment, but that's not what the Hebrew is actually saying. Reshit means the beginning of something, not a point in time, but the start of a process. So in other words, a more accurate translation would be when God began to create. See the difference? Genesis 1:1 isn't a one-line summary. It's a setup. It's like scripture is saying, when God started his creative work, the earth was formless and empty. Darkness covered the deep and the spirit of God was hovering. The universe wasn't finished yet. God was stepping into chaos. And then we see God's very first move as creator, not order, not structure, not even earth itself. His first word was, let there be light, not sunlight that comes after verse 16. That is something else entirely, something deeper. Isn't that wild? It's talking really about creation.
Yes.
And
wow.
We'll dive more into that as we go through know thyself or know myself or know yourself.
Right. I feel like a lot of the time we lose ourselves in different areas of our life. Like, okay, I realized that I didn't really know who I was once I got a divorce. I was like, I had this identity with this person and I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what my goals were. I didn't even know what my hobbies were. I feel like I had to relearn everything about myself. And sometimes it takes like a sudden thing, like a big catastrophic thing in your life for you to make that realization. Sometimes it's less, maybe it's a little bit more subtle.
Well, if you think of declarations as they're defining your life, a lot of people say things like, I am a wife, I am a mother. And those are all things you want to do in this life that are very valuable and meaningful. But if that's your only identity, why could that be a problem if that's the only thing you believe your identity is?
Well, that's exactly right. Because if something shifts, then all of a sudden you don't have an identity anymore. For example, your kid's growing older. And then I see this happen all the time. And I talk to moms all the time that are like, once my kids moved out, I forgot who I was. I had no identity anymore because I was just mom.
Yes.
And so just learning yourself again, it's kind of a fun process, you know?
Yes.
But
this can even happen once all your kids go to school.
Right. Yes, I know. Like Elliot, when Elliot's gone, it's going to be like, I have 8 hours. I don't know what to do. Yeah. You know? You
kind of lived in a service role.
Right.
I was like, what do I do with the time that I have?
Right.
Who am I?
Who am I? So we want to ask you that first. Like maybe take a minute and just maybe write a note down or something. And how would you answer that question? Who am I?
Who am I?
How would you answer that, huh? You don't need to answer, but like, I feel like I would need some time to like ponder on that. But what we wanted to deep dive today, because, you know, we were talking about mastering yourself, but if you don't know yourself, how are you mastering? How are you becoming the highest version of you if you don't even know who you are? So we want to talk about that foundational piece, which we believe is that like a soul level. Who were you before life happened to you? Oh, here's a perfect example. The first crush you ever had. Okay. Or maybe like your first love. You gave that your 100% because you've never been jaded by someone.
Yes.
And then somebody breaks up with you or something happens and then you're like, oh, I should be cautious in relationships.
Yeah, you kind of build up walls. Like we come as pure love.
Yes, we come as pure love into this world.
You do.
And then we build walls and we have complexes but it's like because the world did that to us. So it's like, who are you before all of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that question. What do you think a good foundation for self-identity, for knowing yourself would be, Ashley?
Something that I did, I felt prompted to do this. This was a few years ago when I felt like I was struggling with actually this topic. I prayed and was just asking to know from like God's perspective, how did he see me? And I would write down notes. So I'd like pray and kind of meditate on that. And then just anything that came to me, I journal that down. And the things that I would write down, I'm like, I know for a fact that wasn't me because I like don't think of myself this way. Because we're so negative and hard on ourselves, you know? So that could be something that you could do, is just pray and ask. And we talked about the prayer journals. It's just like, as words are coming to you, write those down. How do you see me?
Yeah. And like, who am I to you? One of my favorite verses just says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, well, what does that mean to be a child of God? And I remember reading this verse and it just said that God is love.
Yes.
And so I'm like, if I'm a child of God, then I am a child. I'm love in embryo.
Yes.
I'm love and learning. And I think those walls that we build up over life, they can be learning curves, learning tools. One of my favorite quotes says, you either get bitter or you get better.
Mm-hmm.
You either take what life has dealt you and allow it to bring you up or to tear you down. And the choice does not belong to fate. It belongs to you.
I love that.
Don't you love that?
That's so good.
It's like that hard thing that happened to you. You can put up a wall and get cold.
Mm-hmm.
You totally can. That mean thing that was said about you, that person that whatever, you can totally build a wall and you can choose that path and see where it leads you, or you can return to love. I love that. Because that's what you naturally are.
Yeah. And that's when you feel the most aligned. That's something that I try to focus on, is when I'm faced with, I don't know, some kind of challenge, is like, what would love, I don't know, like, how would that version of me handle it? Because sometimes I want to be super angry or super like vengeful, or I always regret it if I act in that way. But if I always act out of love, I feel just aligned when I do that.
I had the most interesting experience. I had a cousin that taught me to look for animals that come in your path, because God can speak to you through scripture, but he can also speak to you through the elements. And I've been really opening up to my soul to how does God speak to me? One, who am I and how does God speak to me? Yeah. And I think those are great questions to ask, because we are all God's children, but we are also all unique to God. That's why no fingerprint is the same. We are all uniquely designed. And the cool part of our design is that we get to choose a lot of who we are and what we become. I love studying neuroscience, like I said, and how your thoughts that you repeat is how you formulate your life. And I just really want to have a joyful life. Yeah. And so I pay attention a lot to when I'm feeling negative. I kind of just went through a negative spell. I felt really negative about a certain circumstance. And I was like, is this who I really want to be? Yeah. I'm like, I don't like the path that I'm going down. I got sick actually. Yeah. When I was feeling so negative about some things in life. So I've come back to that, like, who am I at the core of me? And the core of me, I'm the offspring of God. I am love. Yeah. And then I've got this body that's developing, and it's like, hey, because I am love, where will love lead me? And what's the direction that I want to take? Yeah. So when it comes to forming more of your identity, instead of identifying with what you do you have any ideas on how to formulate your identity? I think it's asking the right questions, because that is how I've ever, come to any realization about anything in my life. I ask myself questions. So what are some questions that you would... I think that idea that you've said before, so whenever we started a podcast before, we were just kind of aimlessly wandering, and it's like, well, this is good. We're talking about good things, but begin with the end in mind. Yes. So what do you want to become in this life? Yeah. What are some core characteristics that you want to be anytime you walk into a room? Right. So Ashley, when you walk into a room, what do you want your presence to say? That's a good question. I feel like I just want people to feel love from me. I want people to be like, oh, I just like, when I leave a conversation with her, I just feel uplifted, and I feel like she just loves everyone. That's what I want people to feel from me. So I am love. I am love. I bring love to every situation I encounter. Yes. Those would be great declarations for you. Yes. Okay. What do you want your intelligence, your makeup to be? Does this make... This is so good. I want people watching to be like writing these questions down. So I think this is a good place to start. Question number 1. So explain that again. I guess, who am I to God? What am I to God? And then, what do I want my presence to say when I walk into a room? What do I desire to become in this life? That's so great. Because then think about it. I also love the idea of I am love. I want to bring love to every room. I love the word delightful.
I know. I was just gonna say that. You're so delightful.
I love the word delightful. I'm like, I just want to be a delight to be around.
Yes.
And so I say that, like, I am delightful. I am joyful. And when I choose that,
Mm-hmm.
I know people experience that I generate a certain energy.
Yes.
And I like that. I want my presence because I have the love of God so strong in me. So I guess one of mine is I am a vessel of God's love. I want that love to be in me so strong that other people are like, oh, I want that love in me. And it's because that's not from me. That is from God.
That is from God.
And that God is something that's lasting. So when I'm trying to figure out who am I, I'm really looking at, well, who is God?
This is so great. I feel like those were great questions to end with.
Yeah. If you ask yourself those questions, it's going to prepare you for part 2 because we have so much we want to talk about.
Yes.
And for sake of time, we're going to save some of this for part 2, but
Right.
really write down those questions.
Yes, write those questions down and really just ponder on this whole topic today of who are you?
Know thyself.
Know thyself.
And check out our Patreon for our declaration station because there's some really great things in there that can help you get started on creating your life.
Oh, speaking of, I do want to say this real fast because our cameras are about to shut off. Wednesday, December 31st, so New Year's Eve, we are going to be going live and doing vision board. We're going to be going over that because we're going to be working on our dreams for the upcoming year. And so we're going to be doing that in the Patreon group. So if you're not in there already, get in there and we'll hang out.
There's a reason we're starting with the vision. So get in there, check it out, and we'll talk more about it
in the next episode.
Woo.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next one.